people you've worked with. Give it to me from your gut.
Okay.
Okay. Toni Braxton.
Singer, right? She's a singer.
Lying in your pockets a little bit there, buddy. And looking good doing it.
Yeah, you know, 11 Weeks at #1 with Unbreak My Heart, a beautiful song by Diane Warren. She, tremendous. Just a quick story about that song. I always love to give credit to other people when it's due. And Babyface said, you know, you should keep it in the key of the demo. I said, Kenny, can't call him Babyface, Kenny. I said, Kenny, it's too low, man. She's really going to sound terrible down there. He said, trust me on this one. Keep it in that key. We did, and that sound is so amazing when she sings low. I've never heard anything like it.
Yeah, very sensual. It's like a low rumbling. You know,
tremendous talent.
Celine Dion.
Well, Celine I've been with for 10 years, and we've had an amazing career together, and we've helped each other's career. Arguably, I would say she's the greatest singer on the planet. And I have to clarify that because there's probably 4 or 5 of them that are all in the same pack. But I remember once, about 5 or 6 years ago, I said, Celine, you know, one day they're going to say Barbara and Whitney and Celine all in the same breath. And now they do. Yeah,
all right, speaking of Barbara Streisand. We love Barbara Streisand, do we not? Right? One of the grand divas. What was it like working with her?
Well, I like to think of Barbara as being simply complex, is the way I describe it, because she's a very simple person. She's a very generous person. When I wrecked my back a few years ago when I was producing the first Broadway album, she was the very first person at the hospital. Mind you, I was in the hospital because of working with her with the back. No, no, that's a joke.
She'll have our kneecaps broken.
Right. And she does stay up late, by the way. She was the first person to be at the hospital, took the kids to the movies so my wife could visit me, and she has a tremendous, generous side, and she's been where we're all trying to go. I mean, she's done it all.
Yeah, for a long time.
She's a true superstar.
You told me one time we were in a recording studio in New York, and you told me about the concept of reinventing yourself. You said at one time, you know, early on, I mean, you've done so many different things, but at one time you were doing the R&B kind of thing. You were doing Earth, Wind, and Fire. You were doing Cheryl Lynn. But talk to me about that, because then you said your career took a shift, and then you kind of had to take stock of yourself and then do something else.
Well, you know, the old peak and valley thing, nobody's exempt from that. But in the valleys can make you nervous. And I got nervous in my first valley. But I remember something that an old friend of mine named Ronnie Hawkins said. He was an old blues singer from Canada, a good friend of mine. He said, boy, when it gets bad, you got to retreat and attack in another direction. And that's exactly what you have to do. And out of that valley came Unforgettable, which was not what you would say would be the normal shot at having a hit record. You know, a song that was written 50 years ago or whatever, and just the strangeness of the whole record belonged in another era, and yet it was a hit. And I think that's what you have to do, is attack and retreat and attack in another direction.
So you would definitely call, you know, the ballad, syrupy or otherwise, that's definitely your forte right about now?
It is, and it always has been, and that's the only kind of music I like that I can make. I mean, I read this terrible, scathing review that Robert Hilburn gave Celine Dion for winning Album of the Year, you know. I mean, he said that's the only one that shouldn't have won out of all 5 of them. But I mean, meanwhile, are 21 million people wrong? I mean, I don't get the concept.
Yeah,
you know?
Well, you know, in some cases it works. I don't think that 21 million Celine Dion fans are wrong, but I think back in the days, 11 million Vanilla Ice fans were definitely wrong. That was wrong. No, you know, well, you definitely lean toward the, you know, the stuff. You know, it's definitely moving music, and I agree with you. I don't think the people are wrong. You know, screw the critics.
Well, you know,
they said I wouldn't last.
It's all. That was delayed, wasn't it?
They said a guy with crazy hair would never make it, and I got my own show. It's 1:30, but hey, I'm moving it.
You know, you just got to do what. That's the only thing I know how to do. If I could make rock and roll records, I would. Okay. But it's what I know how to do.
Well, we know what you do best, and actually, I think we want to hear some of what you do best, and we're going to do that right after we do this. It's NBC. It's later. You go. You come back. We'll do our thing. All right?
Coming up on NBC at midnight 30, NBC.
Hey, we're back, and it's later. And I'm Kid, and I'm with the incomparable David Foster. Now, we just heard something that you did. That was Cheryl Lynn, To Be Real.
Cheryl, I co-wrote that with Cheryl and a guy named David Page, wonderful talent, and that was the disco era.
Remember that, huh? You remember that? You wore a lot of things that if you saw the pictures now, you'd be ashamed of, huh?
It's interesting, that song is like having a big comeback. I mean, it's just such a classic.
Oh, you know, and may I speak from the rap community? If I may speak frankly. Oh, big hit. It's a party starter to this day.
Yeah.
You know, you got those girls, they'll be at the, you know, on the wall. They don't want to dance. You want to dance? No, I don't want to dance. You want to dance? I don't want to dance. Oh, man, what you waiting on? You gonna pull me? Hey.
Yeah. That was David Page of the group Toto that
that's right.
produced that and co-wrote it, and he did a great job.
You know what? I also wanted to ask, your lovely wife, Linda Thompson, is somebody that you collaborate with on occasion. She's a great lyricist.
Yes, she is.
How is it working with your wife?
She's so geographically desirable. It's just so great. You get an idea, you go, hey. You know, it's like...
Does it ever get, maybe, you know, your personal life, does that ever creep into the lyrics?
No, our best times together are when we're, I mean, not our best times, but our good time. I mean, we always have a good time writing and working. She's a brilliant lyricist.
I can just see, though, you working with your wife, maybe the lyrics, the life kind of go, I swear, if you snore one more time, I will kill you with this frying pan.
No, but we wrote...
I swear.
We wrote these song for The Bodyguard that Whitney sang. You know, the chorus is, don't make me close one more door.
Ladies, can we need some...
I don't want to hurt anymore. Stay in my arms, yes, if you dare. Anyway, those are great lyrics, and Whitney kind of killed that.
That sounds like me. That's me in my bank account. I have nothing. I have nothing.
If I don't have the other song.
I need some tissue. Can I get some tissue?
The other song that I didn't write but produced for The Bodyguard, one of the other songs.
Wait, I know.
Well, I mean, I think it's really got your name on it.
And if I hear that one more time at a talent show, oh my goodness, you got dudes singing that. If I should stay. Is this thing on? Like, you know, you make some songs that everybody likes and
hates, I guess, is what you're saying, right?
Right.
But, you know, actually, that's Dolly Parton's song. And, you know, again, a good song is a good song. That song's been around for 15 years or more. And bang, you know, Whitney hears it.
A good song never goes out of style, basically, what you're saying. Another great group, another big favorite of mine, you work with Chicago.
Yeah.
Give me some of that Chicago flavor.
Well, Peter Cetera and I had a great writing role for the group Chicago, and we had this song, Everybody needs a little time away. I heard her say,
you know you remember this one.
From each other. Go to the B part. Hold me now. It's hard for me to say I'm sorry.
He's David Foster, playing more magnificent music. You know what? We've had so much fun, but we're out of time, unfortunately.
How could it go by so fast?
I don't know how the time has gone by, but I want to thank you for coming. All right, come back in soon. We'll do this again. I'm Kid. It's NBC. It's later. Come on back, baby.
All right.